Is it even a holiday table without stuffing?
No. 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 What's up, guys? It's Kat and Deb from Two Market Girls. Welcome to another episode of How to Vegan the Holidays.
So
Number 2. In this episode, we are doing your sides.
Yes. Arguably some of the most important things. I contradict myself in next video. I think people often overlook sides, but they are a very important component of the dish.
Oh, for sure.
Because they make up most of your plate,
Yeah.
you know? So you need some really good sides to go with a really good main. So we're gonna show you 2 sides today. One of them, our own recipe. Just like we did last year, we're gonna showcase somebody else's recipe. And just like we did last year, it's gonna be Avra's from LoveWildLiveFree. We love Avra. She's amazing. She runs awesome vegan social events, plus has an awesome vegan blog where she posts some of her recipes. And we are going to make one of them for you here today. What are we making today, Devin?
Today, from our recipe that we're making is a mushroom stuffing.
Jam-packed full of mushrooms.
We are on like a mushroom kick right now. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, but we're just putting mushrooms in everything these days, it feels like. Sorry, not sorry. And from Avra's blog, we're making potato latkes.
Neither of us have had them before, but they taste amazing. I was almost bringing the whole thing. Look how good these look.
They look
I mean, who doesn't love potato pancakes? Because that's what I assume they're supposed to be. I know they're like traditionally a Jewish holiday thing, but you know, we thought let's include them because we love delicious food.
yes. Anything delicious is allowed in our kitchen.
Yes. All right, so let's show them how to make them.
Yes.
To make your mushroom stuffing, you're first going to start by boiling some water in order to rehydrate your mushrooms. You're going to put a cup of dehydrated mushrooms into that boiling water and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't throw that water away once you take the dehydrated mushrooms out because we're going to use that mushroom broth for our stuffing later as well. So we're going to chop up our mushrooms and add them to a bowl. We're using 1 large portobello mushroom and just slicing that thinly, a cup of basic white mushrooms and slicing them, and a cup of shiitake mushrooms, but we are not cutting those, we're just cutting the stems off them. And once your dehydrated mushrooms are rehydrated, you're just going to take them out of the broth and slice them and add them to your mushroom bowl as well. Next, you want 1/4 of a white onion and dice that, and 1 clove of garlic minced. You're going to want roughly a tablespoon of thyme, so grab a few sprigs of that and roughly chop that. Add about a tablespoon of avocado oil to your pan and allow that to heat up for about a minute. Then you want to add in your minced garlic as well as your chopped onion and saute that just for a couple minutes. Once the garlic starts to brown, add in all of your mushrooms and toss that until it's all coated in the garlic and onion and oil. You're going to want to cover it so that the mushrooms can steam for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then once that's done, you're just going to throw in your chopped up thyme, toss it all in that, and put the lid back on to steam until the mushrooms are soft. Once your mushrooms are done, you're going to turn off the stove and set that aside. You want that to cool down completely before you continue your stuffing. When your mushrooms are just about cooled down, you want about a large baguette or a small baguette that's stale, and you're going to dice that into small-ish cubes. You can make it bigger if you want kind of a chunkier stuffing. We tend to like ours a little smaller. You're gonna add all your stale bread pieces to a large bowl along with your mushroom mixture, up to 1 cup of mushroom stock. We ended up using about 2/3 of a cup, but depending on the bread you use and depending on how stale it is, you might need to add up to 1 cup. You want the bread to absorb a bunch of the liquid, but you don't want it to be mushy and gross texture. And then you're gonna add a tablespoon of sage, salt and pepper to taste, and about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast and mix that all together. We added about a tablespoon of avocado oil to our cast iron pan and just coated it on all sides. That way the bottom of the stuffing gets crispy. We added all of our stuffing mixture to that cast iron pan and baked in an oven preheated to 400 for about 25 to 30 minutes. Once the bread starts to toast on top, your stuffing is done. to make your potato latkes, you're going to first create 2 flax eggs. You do that by combining 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed with 6 tablespoons of cold water and let that sit aside for about 10 minutes. While that is thickening, you're gonna want to peel and grate your potatoes. So we used about 6 small red potatoes. The recipe calls for about 5 medium ones. And we grated the potatoes with just a cheese grater. We did the same thing to 1 medium yellow onion. We tossed our grated onion and potato together just to get it all mixed together. Then we added it to a sieve and pressed down until we got most of the moisture out. It does take a while, but it'll get there eventually. It doesn't need to be perfect. Ours came out pretty good and it was still pretty wet, but just try and get as much moisture out as you can. And then you take that pressed potato mixture, add it to a large bowl, along with your flax egg mixture, a pinch of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 cup of flour. She calls for gluten-free flour, but we didn't have that, so we just used all-purpose flour, ground pepper to taste, and a cup of sunflower oil. You're gonna wanna mix that all together. The recipe calls that it would make about 12 large latkes or 24 smaller ones. So basically, you just make a ball in your hand and press down until you get the desired size that you want. And then you're gonna bake these in an oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes on the first side, and then you wanna flip them for another 10 to 15 minutes on the opposite side. They should be nice and golden brown when they're done. That's it, guys.
Sides are complete.
The cast iron pan is so important for the stuffing because it gets the bottom of the stuffing nice and crispy. And it adds, like, a stuffing without a little crunch to me is just not a stuffing.
That's true. I mean, I've had really moist stuffings before, but I like the texture that this one has.
I like the mixture, you know? Like, I don't want it all moisture and I don't want it all dry. You need a good combination of the two, and this has it, and the cast iron pan really helps you get that.
Fair enough. If you're looking for a cast iron pan, we've linked one in the description that you can check out and buy.
Hint, you're gonna need it for next week's video as well.
Yeah. Okay, can we
We're gonna try these now.
eat?
Yeah, we're gonna eat.
Which are we trying first?
Well, let's try our recipe first.
Okay. Gotta get some bread, gotta get some mushrooms.
It's so good. I love stuffing.
Me too.
It's honestly my favorite part of the holidays.
Now, if you had a mushroom gravy as well,
Never too much mushroom.
Are they gonna clash, or you think it'll be okay?
If you don't like mushrooms, don't do it. I mean, if you don't like mushrooms, don't make this either. But I don't know. I really like mushrooms, so I don't think I'd have an issue with it. I think maybe most people would.
Okay.
We have, if you go back to our Big Mac video, Big Mac poutine.
Oh, yeah.
The gravy we used in that was a miso gravy. I think that would be better for this.
Yeah. Okay, can we try the latkes now?
Definitely. Let's try it. Oh, it's real crispy.
I really like this. I like this a lot.
Can't go wrong with potatoes.
When we were making it, I was kind of like, it seems so simple. You know what I mean? Like, there's not that many.
How can it be so flavorful?
Yeah.
So, like, few ingredients?
Yeah, but it really is. And I really like the fresh dill sour cream that you put on top of it.
So good. I don't really know what traditionally goes with latkes, but I wanted a dill sour cream really badly.
Shout out to Avra for having such an awesome recipe. Make sure you guys go check out her blog.
It always, like, this is the second year we've done this with her, like where we included one of her recipes, and her recipes always blow us away. They're so good.
That's all for this video. We hope you enjoyed these recipes.
Am I supposed to be saying things?
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we post new vegan recipes every Sunday. We do Whatever Wednesday every other Wednesday. And How to Vegan the Holidays this year is pretty awesome. You're not going to want to miss any of them.
It's going on for most of December, and when it's not going on, we're talking New Year's Eve, so December is just like amazing.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description. We link to important things used in our videos, as well as our kitchen essentials and our food blogger, videography, photography essentials.
So if you want to be like us one day, that's it.
That's it.
Happy holidays! Devin, don't you love this time of year?
I am so holly jolly. Bye!
Bye! Guys, no lie, we have to look up how to pronounce this.
I hope we are saying it right.
Please tell us if we're pronouncing this right.
Bomb recipe Abra, go check out her blog.
Got it. Bomb recipe Abra.
Bomb.com. So, that's all for this Vizio. Whoa, you're eating from the future right now.